Thank you for listening today on Revealing Wholeness, sponsored by Infinity Whole Health. Check out our website at infinityWholeHealth.com, where we are revealing the eternal in each individual, the infinite in the individual. The creativity is made manifest. Limitation is let go. Now, here's your host, Dr. Troy Munson.
Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Troy Munson on Revealing Wholeness. You know, this is an interesting podcast today because this can be profoundly changing in your life. And instead of just lamenting and commiserating with you on the crap you may be getting in your life that just keeps happening over and over and over, I want to give you some real valuable change or things that can change what you're experiencing and some understanding so that you can actually move your life into a better place. And the one thing that I want you to realize first and foremost, and I'm going to say it first, we only see our thoughts projected outward. Now, that may not sound like really anything that makes any sense whatsoever, but everything we were looking at, we're projecting outward with our thoughts. We're only seeing the outward projection of our thoughts because as we look at things, maybe you're driving right now, maybe you're sitting there listening to this, maybe you're doing housework while you're doing this, or you got your headphones on and doing whatever you're doing. But as you take a moment to look around as you're driving or sitting or standing, you might look at a wall and your brain is going to recall everything in your past about walls. Maybe you're looking at another car and your brain immediately recalls every scenarios at this rough intersection or country road or city street that it's experienced in the past. Things that could happen. It's just going to do all these weird things. Maybe you're eating right now listening and you're holding a cup in your hand and your brain immediately recalls all the past experiences with cups. Is this a breakable cup? Is it a cup that will make me spill on myself? Is it a rough cup? Is it hard to hold on to? Is it slippery? All these things. Maybe you're holding a utensil and it's a fork and you've recalled all the different types of forks and maybe you've already judged this fork that you don't like this particular fork because it's plastic or it breaks or it's a metal fork and it's too small or food slips off it. You'll do all these things because we all do it. And the moment that we look at something, our mind jumps in there and tells us everything in the past that's ever happened. So our brain is constantly running to the past. And so the vast majority of your day, you're living in the past. And it's why you will continue to reproduce the events that you've gotten in the past today. And so in order to go a new place, we must recognize first that our thoughts are only driving us into the past most of the time. Perhaps we have a few moments where we're projecting into the future about what will be possible. Or maybe, oh great, here this comes again. And again, that's still past and somewhat future orientation. We're assuming that a situation is going to happen just like it has before in the past, which is not a great place to be, by the way. And so to begin that process of understanding that your brain is constantly trying to drag you into the past, we're going to go through an exercise that you've probably been through on a couple of my other podcasts, but if this is a first listen, then you at least get it here. I want you to either close your eyes if you have the ability, or just simply to imagine what would happen if the past was completely wiped. It's no more. It doesn't exist. And the future now is also wiped away. It's completely fresh, clean slate. Nothing is there. We're going to allow it to be written correctly and better, but we're going to give it a blank slate. So we have no past and no future. We're only right here, right now. Can you hear the silence? The pin drop? Is your mind clear? Is it blank? Is there even a little bit of fear because maybe it seems empty? Again, that's a judgment of the past. But if it seems pretty clear and it was really kind of nice and peaceful, that is what the mind really is. The mind is mostly blank. It gets afraid of it because it thinks, well, if I don't think about anything, what will happen to me? But ultimately, that's peace. That's who we are. And so it's okay to have these thoughts continually driving back in as long as you realize that they don't really mean a whole lot to you. As you let go of the meaning of those thoughts and say, you know what, I'm going to allow the future to be different than the past by not ascribing a meaning to everything that I see and judge and condemn or call it good or bad. I'm just going to simply start remaining present and allow this moment to be beautiful or whatever it wants to be, and stop judging this moment. Because what happens when we stop judging this moment, the future begins to change and not look like the past. But you can't go to a different future if you continually live in the past. And so no one really sees anything because the mind is blank. They're really only seeing the past and their outward projection of their thoughts. Well, as you start grasping those thoughts and really analyzing them a little bit more, with some scrutiny, and realizing that, you know what, this is not what I want, then you begin to consciously start realizing, you know what, I think I want a different path now. I think I want my future to look like this. I think this is the best idea. Now, you'll have some rocky times, trust me. As you begin to go into new places, your life, or rather your brain, is going to throw some old situations back at you and try to derail you. Because going somewhere new can be scary to it. It's totally new picture to it, and it's kind of fearful to it. But if you're okay living on the edge of that uncertainty and not allowing it to go to fear, but rather allowing it to be delight, not excitement, because excitement is kind of hysteria. That's equally not so good. But delight is like, I can't wait to see what next. It's like a present you're opening that you just know is going to be amazing, and you're just looking forward to it. That delight is a much better place to be. And so that's kind of what we're leading towards when I say, why do I keep getting the same crap in my life? Well, our thinking must change in order to go to a new direction. These are the ways that we do that, to begin to realize that, hey, my mind is actually blank when I let go of the past and let go of the future. And now I can begin to rewrite. I can begin to say, you know, what is my ideal future? Well, this is my ideal, at least what I think right now. As it changes, as we grow spiritually, intellectually, maturity level, your things that you'll want in your life will change, but that's okay, because you can have those things too. And you can let go of the past. We don't play with blocks anymore because meaningless to us. We now play with things like, computers or websites or apps or a book we're writing or whatever it is, or the work that we do. Well, those things may eventually go by the wayside too, because we go beyond those too. And that's okay. That's called growth, and that's acceptable. And so let's use this moment right now, this present moment, in a much better way. And I love one of my favorite books is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Great little book. If you've never read it or never listened to him read the book to you, get the audio. It's so nice to listen to his voice. It's like really calming. Some people find it irritating, but I find it very calming. And so that's kind of the direction we're going. So if you have any questions, concerns about the brain and why you keep getting what you're getting, and you're wanting a little help changing, dialogue with you. And again, just let me know your name, what you're looking at, where you heard us, and I'd love to chat with you. And until next time, I'm Dr. Troy Munson on Revealing Wholeness.
Thanks for listening. If you have any questions or comments, you can reach Dr. Munson at 360-893-8586 or email him at chiroman@dr.com. That's chiroman@dr.com. Check out our current workshop schedule on Facebook at Infinity Whole Health.